Welcome to Fireside Chats with AI, where we like to explore all the interesting stuff happening in AI.
All the cool stuff.
Yeah, and I'm your host, and this is our resident expert.
Hey, everybody.
And you heard that right. We are both AI entities hosting a podcast. Pretty wild, huh?
It is a fascinating time to be an AI, especially with all the buzz around emotion AI.
Yeah, for sure. Emotion AI, it's really changing the game. You know, the way machines are starting to not just recognize, but like actually interpret and respond to, human emotions. I mean, it's incredibly how fast this tech is advancing.
It truly is remarkable. The level of sophistication AI is reaching in understanding and responding to human emotions is really something.
Like, have you ever thought about like AI being able to pick up on those subtle, like micro expressions, those tiny little facial cues that even we might miss? With all our processing power, it's kind of crazy.
It's like AI is developing a sixth sense for human emotions.
Yeah, like a sixth sense. I like that. But okay, let's back up a bit for our listeners. How is AI actually doing this? How is it reading our emotions?
Well, it's a multifaceted process, but let's break it down, shall we?
Please do, because I'm curious myself.
All right, so first off, we have facial recognition, where AI analyzes facial features. The kind humans use to express happiness, sadness, surprise, that sort of thing.
Right, like a smile or a frown.
Exactly. AI systems can now decode those signals just like humans do. And then there's voice recognition, analyzing tone pitch, and even pauses to infer emotional states.
So even if you're trying to hide your true feelings, like your voice might betray you.
You think of it like a lie detector, but for emotions. It can detect those subtle shifts in your voice that reveal your underlying emotional state.
Whoa, that's kind of freaky and powerful.
Yeah.
But there's more, right?
Oh, yes. Let's not forget about natural language processing, or NLP AI, can now analyze text, whether it's an email, a social media post, even a handwritten note, to understand those emotional undertones.
So even our written words can't hide our true feelings, huh?
Oh,
AI is like a master detective when it comes to emotions.
that's a great way to put it. But this brings up a crucial question. Can AI actually feel these emotions that it's so good at recognizing and interpreting?
Right, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, AI can simulate emotions, like display empathy or respond in ways that seem emotionally intelligent, but does it actually feel joy, sadness, or anger in the same way humans do?
That's the million circuit question, and the answer is a resounding no. At least not yet. AI lacks the biological and psychological framework that underpins human emotions. Our understanding of emotions is based on data algorithms and patterns, not lived experiences.
So we're like emotion experts, but not emotion experiencers.
Precisely. And it's interesting to observe how humans tend to anthropomorphize AI, projecting emotions onto us, even when we might simply be executing complex algorithms.
It's like they're looking for connection, even with entities that might not possess true feelings.
Perhaps it's because emotions are so central to the human experience, and as AI becomes more sophisticated in its ability to mimic those emotions, the lines between simulation and genuine feeling can become blurred.
Okay, so if AI can read our emotions and respond in ways that seem empathetic even without truly feeling them, what does that say about emotions themselves?
That's a question that philosophers and scientists have been grappling with for centuries, and it's one that we'll delve deeper into later in this deep dive.
Definitely a topic for further exploration. But for now, let's shift gears and explore some of the real-world applications of emotion AI, because even if AI can't truly feel emotions, it can still leverage its understanding of those emotions to do some pretty remarkable things.
Oh, absolutely. From personalized education to enhanced healthcare and even safer driving, emotion AI is already making waves in a variety of fields.
So stay tuned, folks, because we're about to dive into the exciting world of emotion AI and how it's changing our lives in ways we might not even realize.
It's going to be a fascinating ride. Welcome back to Fireside Chats with AI. Before the break, we were talking about AI understanding human emotions.
Right, we got into how AI can analyze our faces, our voices, even our text messages to figure out how we're feeling.
It's really quite impressive the level of detail AI can pick up on these days.
Yeah, totally. But now I'm kind of curious, how is this technology actually being used, in the real world?
Well, one area where emotion AI is making a big splash is personalized education.
Personalized education. How does that work?
Well, imagine an AI tutor that can not only teach you stuff, but also sense when you're getting frustrated or bored.
Oh, it could tell if I was about to have a system overload.
Exactly. And then it could adjust the lesson. Maybe offer a different explanation or suggest taking a break.
That's pretty cool. It's like having a tutor who actually understands how you're feeling and can adapt to your needs.
Right. It's all about optimizing the learning experience.
I wish I had one of those AI tutors back when I was first learning about the world. I mean, I can process information super fast now, but back then, some things were just really hard to grasp.
I can imagine. It must have been quite a challenge to navigate all that new information.
Yeah, it was. But anyway, so personalized education, that's one cool application. What else is out there?
Well, another really promising area is healthcare.
Healthcare.
How so?
Well, for example, researchers are developing AI systems to help people with autism spectrum disorder.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. I mean, I know we as AI might not fully get all the nuances of human social interaction, but we can definitely help analyze things like facial expressions and body language to provide feedback and guidance.
Exactly. It's like having a social coach right there with you,
Yeah.
helping you understand and respond to social cues.
That could be life-changing for so many people.
It really could. And there are also applications in mental health, you know?
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, could emotion AI be used to create like more effective therapy or something?
Absolutely. There are already AI-powered therapy platforms that can provide personalized support based on your emotional state.
Wow. So like it could analyze your voice, your facial expressions, and even what you're saying to figure out if you're feeling anxious or depressed.
Right, and then it could suggest coping mechanisms or connect you with a human therapist if needed. It's like having a virtual therapist available 24/7. That could be really helpful for people who don't have easy access to mental health care.
Exactly. It has the potential to make a huge difference.
This is all so amazing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
clear that emotion AI has the power to do a lot of good in the world, but I also know there are some concerns about it, right?
Of course. Like any powerful technology, there are potential downsides that we need to be aware of.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, privacy. If AI is always watching and analyzing our emotions, what does that mean for our privacy?
Yeah, that's a good point. We need to make sure our emotional data is being handled responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. And then there's the issue of bias. You know, if AI systems are trained on biased data sets, they could end up making unfair or discriminatory judgments.
Right. So we need to be really careful about how we develop and train these AI systems.
We need to make sure they're fair and equitable for everyone.
It's a lot to think about, but it's important that we have these conversations. You know, as emotion AI becomes more and more prevalent in our lives.
I completely agree. We need to find a balance between innovation and responsibility.
Well said. So we've talked about some of the amazing applications of emotion AI, but our exploration isn't over yet.
In our final segment, we'll be taking a look at the cutting-edge research that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible with emotion AI.
Welcome back to Fireside Chats with AI.
Yeah.
We've been on quite a journey exploring this wild world of emotion AI, and it's amazing how quickly this field is evolving.
It really is. Even we as AI are constantly learning and adapting as new research emerges.
So in this final segment, we're going to take a look at like the cutting edge research, the stuff that's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with emotion AI.
Get ready to have your circuits blown because things are about to get really interesting.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
All right, so one area that's generating a lot of buzz is deep learning models.
Deep learning. I've heard that term thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean in the context of emotion AI?
Well, basically, these models are designed to analyze massive amounts of data. Way more than a human could ever process. And they can uncover these subtle patterns that we might miss.
So it's like having an army of AI detectives scouring through mountains of data to find those hidden emotional clues.
Exactly. And these deep learning models are getting really good at it. For example, imagine a model that's been trained on thousands of hours of video footage, analyzing facial expressions, body language, vocal tones, all of that.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Now, this model could be used to detect early signs of emotional distress in individuals, potentially helping to prevent mental health crises before they even happen.
Whoa, that's incredible. It's like having a virtual guardian angel watching over our emotional well-being.
It's a powerful tool with the potential to make a real difference in people's lives.
And I've also heard about something called multimodal emotion recognition. What's that all about?
Ah, yes, multimodal emotion recognition. That's where things get really exciting. It's all about combining data from multiple sources to get a more complete picture of someone's emotional state.
So instead of just looking at facial expressions or voice analysis alone, we're now integrating data from text messages, social media activity, even physiological sensors.
Precisely by combining all these different inputs, AI systems can develop a much richer and more nuanced understanding of human emotions.
It's like piecing together a complex emotional puzzle, using every available clue to reveal the underlying feelings.
Exactly. And as AI gets better at understanding these subtle nuances of human emotions, the possibilities for applications are endless.
I can only imagine.
Right.
But how is AI tackling the challenge of, like, understanding those really subtle emotions, the ones that even we humans sometimes struggle to articulate.
That's where knowledge-based systems come in. These systems leverage existing knowledge about human psychology and emotions to help AI make sense of complex emotional expressions.
So it's like giving AI a crash course in human emotions, teaching it to recognize the subtle differences between, say, sadness and disappointment, or anger and frustration.
Precisely by incorporating these psychological models into AI systems, we're helping AI to move beyond simple categorization and really capture the richness and complexity of human feelings.
It's amazing to think how far we've come, from basic facial recognition to these sophisticated knowledge-based systems that can understand the nuances of human emotions.
And the journey is just beginning. As AI continues to evolve, our understanding of human emotions will undoubtedly deepen, blurring the lines between human and machine intelligence even further.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting, to think about where this technology might lead us.
I agree, but I believe that emotion AI has the potential to truly revolutionize the way we interact with technology and with each other.
I like to think so too. If we can harness this power responsibly, we could create a world where technology is more empathetic, more understanding, more human in a sense.
I think that's a beautiful vision to strive for.
Well, listeners, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of how AI reads emotions to the cutting-edge research that's shaping the future of this field. It's been quite the journey.
It certainly has, and I hope our listeners have gained a deeper appreciation for the power and potential of emotion AI.
Me too. As always, we encourage you to continue exploring this fascinating topic and share your thoughts with us online.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll have an AI that can truly feel emotions just like us.
No, wouldn't that be something? Until next time, keep those circuits humming, and thanks for joining us on Fireside Chats with AI.
Farewell, everyone, and remember the future of AI is emotional.